episode of Archery Maniacs Gear Review is all about the Stealth Cam. And it is the RX series. Alright, so everybody knows that there are tons and tons and tons of trail cameras out there. And they just seem to keep getting higher quality, more compact. And a trail camera can be extremely useful. But with all of the trail cameras out there, it's kind of nice to be able to throw your waders on, wade through all the shit, and find a decent one that is not going to, you know, cause you to cut off your left arm and possibly a toe or two in order to be able to afford the damn thing. So I have here the Stealth Cam RX series, and I really like this little camera. As you can see, what's something that everybody probably has at their house? Here's a coffee mug. So as you can see, it is almost the exact same size as a coffee mug. It is a very compact camera, and you know, when I'm putting out trail cameras, I mean, yes, I use them obviously for whitetails, and that requires a lot less walking, but there's times when I'll throw 5, 6, 7 of them in my backpack and go on a 10-mile hike or whatever to go hang them up in the mountains for elk and high country mule deer. So having them nice and compact and everything like that is super important. I really like the big, thick, wide strap, and I know that sounds like a silly thing to like, but the big, thick, wide strap allows it to sit securely on the tree or whatever else you hook it to without it tilting and tipping and all this other crap. Because I've had cameras that have, you know, a small strap about yay big, and you'll tighten them down, and when you get back, they're all twisted and tipped because the strap wasn't wide enough and couldn't hold it secure enough. So that's something that I really like about the camera. The camera, all the buttons are on the inside of the camera. They look just like that. It obviously has an SD card port. You can see my blue SD card in there. You know, it's got a direct USB plug, so if you don't want to, you don't have to plug or take the USB card out. It does have a good rubber gasket around the button compartment, which makes it fairly water resistant. You know, obviously the cameras are never waterproof. You don't want to submerge them. You know, the cameras seem to take it. Well, first off, I guess I'll finish my buttons. So the buttons are super easy to use, and the camera may be dead, so no, it's not. Okay, so the camera has set modes already. It's got 3 preset modes. It has a custom position, and then it has a test position. So basically the test position, every time it senses movement, the green light flashes. I don't know if you can see that. I guess I should. See, green light flashes, which is great. Everything else is super easy to run. So, you know, you click menu to set up time and date, photos, you know, enter. Everything is very straightforward with the camera, which is nice because I don't know, I don't like to have so much crap on the camera that it's a pain in the butt to run, you know. So yeah, the camera's very straightforward, very easy to use. It doesn't seem to get a ton of pictures of tree movement, but that has to do a ton, obviously, with where you hang your camera. You know, this camera is already got a crack on the motion sensor cover, which isn't good. That's very detrimental to it catching motion, obviously. But you know, the lights here seem to take fairly decent night photos. But this isn't a $500 camera. You know, I think I might have paid 60 or 80 bucks for this camera. So it's not going to be, you know, a super high-end nighttime photos. But the daytime photos and everything else were very clear. It did what I wanted it to do. It also has a tripod mount on the bottom. So overall, it's just been a pretty decent camera, really. You know, do you get what you pay for? Absolutely. I think you more than get what you pay for with the Stealth Cam RX series. Is it a tough camera? Yeah, you know, honestly, I don't even know what happened there. I don't know if I dropped it or I don't even know. I'm really hard on stuff though. So the camera, it still is able to take pictures even with the slight crack or cut or whatever the heck it is in the motion sensor cover. So yeah, it's pretty dang tough. You know, maybe a 7 or 8 on a scale of 1 to 10. Would you recommend it to a friend? Absolutely. I think it's a great little camera, and I really, really, really like how compact the camera is. I think it's harder for the animals to see. I think it's harder for other people to see and mess with your camera. You know, I think it's easier to throw, you know, wrap everything up, throw it in the backpack. Yeah, and like I said, I really like how big the strap is. So yeah, I think overall this is a great camera, well worth the money. I think you would be in a safe bet getting one of the Stealth Cam RX series. So thank you guys for tuning in, and be sure to check out next week's gear review.